Yep. Well then. Maybe we should read something. Maybe not. That's a lot of stuff to read. That is way too much. Maybe let's go explore a bit more. I'm not gonna return to this whole riddle door and try to solve its riddles. Because apparently that's what we need to do. This is a very weird map layout. Like, it doesn't match what we see on the minimap at all. Also, we can't loot this guy, so was I here previously? I don't remember being here. Unless I was, unless I opened this door and quickly ran into here. Oh right, that's where we fought the Arakas, right? Oh right, that's where we came from. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing, guys? Let's go, Geralt. Let's talk to our friends. I don't understand why I got so confused. I need to go this way. This is where I should have scouted. And there's nothing here. There we go, good stuff. I guess, I mean, do we talk to them?
Imagine the books, the potions. My poor friend.
We must go on.
Yep.
Let's get this over with quickly.
Really? Like, it's literally burning people and you want to just like rush it?
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts though you already have me.
What? I think it's like, I mean, fate? It's either fate or love. I think it's fate. I can be cruel and like, yeah, there we go. We can ask our audience.
Alright, help me out here.
I was good at riddles as a child, but that was so long ago. Perhaps it's a capricious king who rewards some subjects and sends others off to war.
Kind and cruel. Supportive and sour. Only lovers are that fickle. And they're occasionally thoughtful enough to give gifts.
A Lady Cynthia is an expert. I'd take her suggestion if I were you.
I once had a lover. She left me devastated.
Or could it be love? It seems to fit. It can be kind, the greatest gift, or cruel and take its toll.
It can also be blind. How about an elf? Some are kind and bring gifts, others are bitter and cruel.
Do you think this is a game? Our lives are on the line here.
Let's listen to it again.
Can you please repeat the riddle?
Capable of kindness and cruelty, I take victims when I sour. I can be on your side or wrong you. I bring gifts though you already have me.
So you already have me, right? So if everyone is fated to like something to happen, it's fate, right?
Fate.
Correct.
Yay! Good job,
It's
Geralt.
going rather well so far.
Oh, it was just one?
Everybody.
Oh, it was literally just one riddle? I thought there would be like a sequence. I was so prepared and it's like, okay. Okay, game. If you wish. I feel like we're gonna read those books sooner than later, though.
Someone's been here recently.
Could those be like those soldiers that we saw? And they couldn't solve the riddle, so they just dropped from the skies? What's happening here? Some Nilfgaardian stuff, some loot, give me that ore. Give it to me. And we can't loot this. As usual. God damn it. Oh. God. That's it. Nothing. There is nothing here. Well, nothing special at least. Can we see something interesting there? Nope. It's just a rope. I don't think there's going to be an eye here. I feel like this is safe to enter. Told ya.
Well, the competition's here. Kill them!
Oh, damn. Those arrows, though.
Bloody hell!
Redania, actually. Like, it's not like Nilfgaard or anything like that. The Redanian soldiers that are killing me, absolutely destroying me, by the way. I'm gonna use Clan. Damn, haven't done it in ages. Let's grab a knight to our control. Fight them.
Death to all warlocks!
Okay, we have Quen protecting us. Sadly, we don't have any Vigor, so our attacks are super weak. Damn, I feel like I had to use Quen there.
They must have descended straight from their quarter.
Let a Nordling.
I feel kind of bad about that. Like,
Another guardian.
What?
Later and Lorn, Lisa and Lorn, later, dear! It's reacting to my spell.
Okay. Well, I was really hoping to not use any Quens anytime soon, but we kind of had to that battle. I feel like we would have died. 2 arrows. I think I managed my positioning really bad. Like, I was just going all in. I should have thought a little bit about who I need to focus and whatnot. Man, look, this art is actually amazing. Like, look at this. This looks so cool. This looks kind of creepy. Oh, whoa. I didn't want to do that. Do they all light up? Yep. Oh, maybe I need to activate them in a certain sequence. So me just walking in right there probably was a mistake. I might have activated something that I didn't want to. Also, we are looting some books. Oh yeah. Oh, this is gonna be lore reading time. Yeah, so maybe we need to activate these guys in a special sequence so that we can open the door. Now, considering that the last time we failed at a riddle, a person got burned to death, I feel like we need to be careful. Let's talk to the door.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travelers. We must examine the frescoes, seek answers there.
I'll advise you about the riddle, but I will not take part in disarming the device. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, solve the riddle. Place yourself and 2 of your companions at the right pressure plates. Oh, damn. So there are only 3. So what are we looking an answer to? We need to find like the 3 travelers or what? Or do we need like 3 locations from the riddle? I don't think they mentioned this thing, whatever this is. Okay, let's read those books. Let's read those books. 50,000 books that we have here. Let's just all of them. Let's start from the not the very beginning, but so we found this at Philippa's house together with Yorwes. So it's kind of irrelevant now. Philippa's notes. There we go. Darena's memoirs. I find the study of bacteria interesting, but focusing on a single subject affects me poorly. I'm also plagued by a lack of company, not of other people who are almost always troublesome ignoramuses, but of someone with whom I could converse at my level. I decided to work on one of the golems and attempt to expand its ability to think and converse. The latter proved simple, yet time will tell if having it memorize poems and philosophical treatises was a good idea. For now, I play at riddles with it. Codifying on a single tablet the ability to think properly and logically was the true challenge. I'm still having trouble simulating common sense. All my attempts thus far have ended in semantic overload. I am, however, certain that logical axioms will suffice as the most basic rules of thinking. So he created the golem. He wanted to make a proper artificial intelligence. So instead, what he ended up doing is he thinks in absolutes. Something like that, right? Yeah. Like, he's not completely finished. Like, he can't actually properly have his own, I don't know, thoughts or whatever. Like, not much apart from memoirs of its former glory remain of Loch Muin, an elven city situated along the upper reaches of the Pontar, amid the peaks of the Blue Mountains. It must at one time have been a breathtaking sight emerging from the morning mists. Today only white ruins mark where it once proudly stood. Centuries ago it was here that the sorcerer Geoffrey Monk brought with him the sources, a group of human children with a gift for the power, to hand them over to the elven sages for training. I think this is important. Children with a gift of power. He managed to overcome the distrust of his elder race, and it seemed that a path to coexistence and cooperation between humans and elves had been opened. Yet history took an altogether different course. A few years later, Redanian armies massacred Loch Muin's population, killing all the elves regardless of gender or age. Thus began a war that ended with Eliran's uprising and the massacre at the Sherevad, after which most of the surviving elves retreated east into the inaccessible Blue Mountains. I thought Nilfgaard was against elves, but it seems like Redania was what started this whole conflict. Well, not started the conflict, but they prevented elves and humans living together. Redania, okay, we need to keep that in mind. Nilfgaardian provinces. The Empire of Nilfgaard is the largest state in the known world, its rule extending over more than a dozen provinces. It has conquered all the realms south of the Amal Mountains and united them under one crown. Black imperial standards adorned with the golden sun flutter over buildings and outposts from the Yaruga River in the north to Wikovaro in the south and the mountain massif of Tirtoshar in the east. The Empire's mighty armies fly in wait, ready to bring death at their ruler's command or to die eagerly in his name. The Black One's continued march northward was last stopped several years ago, though through the united effort of the Northern Kingdoms and the sacrifice of much blood at Brenna. Yet peering across the Yaruga on a bright day, one still can see their dark cloaks and the sun glancing off the points of their lances. I mean, okay. It's like Nilfgaard is very expensive. Like are they trying to conquer the world or something? Like the Roman Empire? Something like that? I feel like that's the thing there. Because they have the Emperor, right? So I feel like that's kind of the same thing, except that they actually conquer from the south, right? Everything south was conquered. So I feel like that's the analogy there. The Rose and the Flame. This is about our Order of the Flaming Rose, probably. This knightly brotherhood originating in Temeria initially followed sublime ideas. It could not have been otherwise, as it was founded on the basis of fighting corruption and depravity in the Order of the White Rose, a declining association that, in effect of those reforms, was then transformed into the Order of the Flaming Rose. Unfortunately, strong racist tendencies, even strengthened by the leadership of Jacques de Aldersberg, turned the new order into a nest of intolerance. Its role in the Vizima rebellion still remains morally ambiguous. I mean, okay, that's like, whatever. The runes of power. The rune of the art resembles a harp. The rune of war looks like a clenched fist. The rune of thunder is a faithful representation of the striking lightning bolt. Okay, so these runes, this is probably something else. Yeah, this is probably the solution to one of the other traps or riddles that we will encounter here. We do need to read this whole astrology thing, because this can help a lot. Are these coordinates? Are this like astrology coordinates? I don't understand that. 5 hours 35. What does the time mean? Is it when you can start seeing the stars? But why is it not like it's not ordered properly? Oh, it's ordered by the coordinates, I guess. Yeah. I don't know what's that actually. A set of charts describing the positions of the stars, yeah. Oh, so this is like at which time, at which position you see the star, right? This is probably it. So if we want to solve this riddle, we need to understand which stars come first. Because there was like the 3 travelers, something about the 3 guardians above them. That's probably the stars. So we need to figure out which stars were there. I think. Okay. Legendary treasures. Among the acknowledged treasures of the last century, 3 have gained exceptional fame. First is the Amber Chamber. Amber Chamber, which Wirfuriel Demavend's father took as a spoil when he defeated Medal of Temeria. This breathtaking masterpiece, a chamber's decor made entirely from amber, was sadly lost in the storm of war. Either buried or destroyed, all traces of it have disappeared. The second treasure belonged to the dragon Oquist of Quartz Mountain, known also as the Crystal Mountain or the Mountain of the Burning Sands. That's a cool name. A group led by Yarpen Zikrin killed the beast and took the treasure, which included sapphires singular in hue and diamonds as large as cherries. Said gems then sent the jewelry market into disarray. So maybe that's where we know Yarpen from. We killed the dragon with him. Maybe? The third legendary treasure of the century is shrouded in mystery, for both its composition and the details of how and where it was found remain secret. One thing is certain, it included ancient artifacts of untold power. One of the items exploded, claiming the lives of 3 of the 5 mages studying it. The world at large might have heard more about the discovery on this occasion. But not long after the tragic accident, a veil of silence once more descended on the matter. Again, 3 mages died. So there are lots of like 3s in this riddle. Astrological curious. A long time ago, the princess of Bremerwood angered the powers of the depths, perhaps even the gods themselves. A sea dragon began to prowl the coastal waters, killing fishermen and pearl hunters. Poverty and hunger threatened the principality, so the ruler decided to appease the sea by sacrificing a maiden, for in those dark times that was the very manner of dealing with economic crisis. Luckily for the young woman, a witcher was in the area. Strolling along a beach, he noticed a serpentine beast emerging from the water towards a lass who was chained to a seaside rock in a less than decent pose. Why? The witcher killed the dragon, freed the woman, and as the chroniclers tell us, plowed her with her consent on the aforementioned rock. Beautiful. We can see a reflection of these events in the summer sky on condition that our silver lady does not show her face. There is a fearful lass looking west towards the dragon, slithering ever closer. And beyond this, the witcher sneaking up on the beast from behind. I think this is like one of the solutions. Silver lady does not show her face. There's a fearful lass looking west towards the dragon. slithering ever closer, and beyond this the Witcher sneaking up on the beast from behind. What is our silver lady? What is that? Oh, our silver lady. Maybe that's the moon in the summer sky. So if the moon is disabled, there should be a dragon on the left. Then there is a dragon. No. Okay, a dragon on the left, then the lady, and then the Witcher. Okay, sure. The gnomes of Mehacam and Tir Tosher. In the north, gnomes are widely known to inhabit Mehacam, where they coexist in full harmony with dwarves without any of the discord that usually arises when two races settle in a single area. Both the gnomes and dwarves, the mountainous region, make a living by mining and processing the untold mineral riches found there. Yet the mountains, hills, and vales of Mehacam are not home to the largest gnomish population. That honor belongs to Tir Tosher, where the diminutive creatures produce the legendary weapons that are then exported both north and south. The famous Gwihirs, forged according to gnomish technology, are reputed to be the best blades in the world. Though less known than the swords themselves, the blast furnaces and steam hammers which the gnomes and dwarves use to smelt metal and work alloys deserve the same admiration. I mean, that's true. Few know that Tir Tosher became a leading exporter of beautiful opals after an earthquake revealed 6 seams of the precious mineral. Gnomes are unrivaled masters of the jeweler's craft, and Mount Anur, the slope of which collapsed to reveal the deposits, is now called Treasure Mountain, as the opal is mined directly from one of its faces. I have no idea where this whole thing leads us to. I think this is the only actual book that is helping us right now is this one about the dragon, the Witcher, and the lady. And it says that when the moon doesn't show its face. Let's listen to the riddle again. I'm really confused right now. I have no idea what's happening.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
What do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolizes time. In this case, the time of the traveler's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
Or do we only need to... Oh, maybe I was looking at this wrong. So what do we need to... Like, we have to guess, I guess. Because this guy was like, he was an astrologist, an alchemist, and whatever else. So any of this stuff can be it again, right? There was something about the silver lady and the dragon. Let's go with the dragon. Sure.
It should be the dragon constellation.
I shall take that one.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the Order of the Flaming Rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry silver is rendered as white. So the Silver Lady and White Rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the White Rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows a unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Interesting.
Can someone remind me how the line was worded?
As I recall, the second verse was, a silver lady shining and fine, if only her visage she would deign to unfold.
I think it's the moon. Honestly, yeah.
I think it's the full moon.
Allow me.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
Can someone remind me how the line was worded?
The third fragment mentioned a mountain vault containing untold riches which guided the travellers by day.
I mean, I feel like we're on the right track. Like the mine entrance. Because we read about the dragon in one of the... Oh no. So if we base it on the books, we failed the dragon part. Because there was a book about the Moon Lady. Then there was a book about the Gnomish mines, dwarven Gnomish mines, and there was a book about something else. I can't remember exactly. Let's try.
The mine entrance in the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco.
Let's actually not do that just yet. Well, this book is clearly saying about the Silver Lady, which is the moon. So this one, I think we got this all right. But we need to figure out the dragon. A serpentine beast. Also, like this book tells us about the Gnomish mine, so that's also probably the right answer. Then we have astrological charts, which make no sense. And this thing. And I don't know, like, what this is supposed to mean. The third legendary treasure is shrouded in mystery. I think that the treasures are, like, they won't help us solve the riddle at all. So we need to guess it. Maybe this book tells us about the dragon and the Silver Lady, whereas this one tells us about the Gnomish mine. And the other things are just there just to tell us more about this guy. Also, I do think that maybe this is the right call, like the time, instead of just... Because this doesn't look as a sea dragon at all. And this is just like an alchemical transformation. So if we go like alchemy, astrology, and what? Mining? Treasures? So maybe that's the right call. Alchemy. Let's try. That might be interesting.
A group of
The alchemy.
Everything seems to suggest the allegory of alchemical transformation.
I shall take that one.
Alchemy,
I
astrology,
think I'll-
and treasures.
The mine entrance in the mountainside. That seems logical. I'll stand next to that fresco. Let's see if we can solve this.
Okay, let's
Take
go.
your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
He will probably die. What were we supposed to go to? Oh, to the mine. Okay, guys, let's go. I think this is the right call. I sure hope so. Nope, that was not the right call whatsoever.
We must try another combination.
Well, at least his gargoyles are kinda bad.
Enough of this.
Damn, that was... I was so sure about that guess. I mean, apparently I was wrong. So maybe time. I think that the time is the right answer. Time, full moon, and then the gnome treasures.
A group of trap.
Yeah, we know that. Let's go.
Let's see. Take your...
Count me.
Let's go. I have a good feeling about this one. Nope.
We must
Nope.
try another combination.
Okay, this might actually take ages.
I've had about enough of this.
Or we can just farm gargoyles. We can farm some loot from that. Like, look at this. They just drop the hearts, the elemental stones. Damn. I feel like I don't know then. Is there anything else here that might be a clue? Because we have those astrology charts. And that's what's throwing me off. I really think that the full moon lady is the way to go. Well, not full moon, but like the moon. The white rose, honestly, I don't know now. Maybe let's go with another dragon. Let's just go with this dragon. And just see what happens.
A group of
Damn.
Let...
As
Okay, guys, let's go. Let's figure this out.
intruder detected.
No!
We solved it, guys. That was my first, like... I should have just went with my god
our
at first.
expedition has grown thin. Such a shame. I actually found those two amusing.
Shut up.
Of course, my lady.
Damn it. That was my first, like, my first call. Oh, damn. We wasted so much time. Just overthinking everything. Just should have went with the dragon from the start. Unless we had 2 tries to solve it and we failed it. Maybe that was the case. Maybe that... I feel like that was actually what happened here. I feel like we just failed 3 times in a row. So this guy is here to greet us. Okay, we read about this golem. So let's see what
A
happens.
golem? So Darehenna's legend is true?
It is no more than an obedient machine created to follow orders and kill. Not unlike our Witcher.
So I guess we should get along famously.
You? What do you know about golems?
I don't run into them in every forest, but any good bestiary describes golems at length, and I've read more than my share of those.
Geralt, I'm not questioning your knowledge, but I should be the one to...
Actually, you are questioning my knowledge. Listen, I know what I'm doing. I'll try to get it to reveal the word that'll deactivate it, or I'll just mess with its head. Break the code.
So now we've got a burglar in our midst. Be my guest. Try.
My intentions are good.
As are mine. Know, however, that this may change.
Darehenna must have been pretty lonely if he gave you eloquence.
The Master made me a guardian. Nothing less, nothing more. And you, provided you stand there, are a guest.
Did your creator give you a name?
I'm called obedience and unyielding persistence. I am a guardian and the humblest of servants.
A golem's name is the word that gave it life, and that can take it away. You must have a name.
I own nothing. Everything belongs to my master. How could I divulge the name if I exist solely to protect my creator's property?
Do you remember your creator?
Of course. I was summoned into being by Master Darehenna. I abide by his will, by his power, by the necessity encased in my stone bowels.
Darehenna is dead.
His word, which animates me, lives on, as does his legacy, which I protect. Empires will rise and fall, rivers will shift their courses, but I will remain obedient to one master on my eternal watch.
I don't think we can magic him. That's not gonna be good for us.
Darehenna must have been an exceptional man. Can you tell me about him?
I guard everything that belonged to the master, including his privacy, which he valued highly. I can tell you nothing.
Can I ask you for the name word which brought you to life and which can deactivate you?
Do that, and I shall consider you an intruder.
I have other questions. So you're aware you're an automaton?
Do we really know who we are, where we came from, and where we are headed? Is human life predictable in that the cycle of birth and death ensnares it, better than mine? When a human is born, he is obedient to his parents. Later, he listens to tutors, masters, corporals. Finally, he succumbs to the will of death.
And to think that Adalbert questioned Darehenna's mastery. Who, if anyone, is allowed to pass?
Darehenna, but he is dead. Also guests may pass, but I stop intruders.
Tell me more. Who's a guest and who's an intruder?
Is it not obvious? A guest keeps his distance, or knows the name word. An intruder is anyone who enters too far, attacks me, or otherwise interferes with my being.
Has anyone tried to enter before?
I recall no intruders. I do, however, remember guests who left after being warned.
When was that? What did you discuss?
I am a machine. My memory is limited.
You are far more self-aware than a typical golem. Can you make sovereign decisions?
The master made me the way I am, because long discussions were to his liking. I can make decisions, within my program, of course.
So you decide who's a guest and who's an intruder.
Who else would? Guests chat innocuously, exerting no pressure. All others are intruders.
I love this.
I have other questions.
Oh my gosh. Let's compliment him.
Powerful magic created you. Derhana was a true master.
He is still, since his mastery survives.
As a conscious being, you must be lonely here.
You are wrong. The pain of the world, melancholy, lies within the domain of emotions and feelings. My thoughts are governed by pure logic, restricted by my program.
But you can learn. They say that a penchant for philosophy can only come from curiosity.
In my case, it comes from the will of the Master, who liked to speak with me.
And do you feel a need to discuss?
I feel nothing. I just have that need.
Can we discuss the program that controls your behavior?
Of course not.
I have other questions.
Wait. Now we need to give it a shot? Okay, let's try. Okay, we know that he is all about logic and we shouldn't pressure him. We should guide him to let... we should convince him that he wants to tell us his name word rather than just ask for it, right? Let's try to.
Alright, I think I know how to get past this thing without a fight.
Burglar witchers, philosopher golems, an expedition replete with fascinating discoveries.
And terrible disappointments. Shut up, Adelbear. And you, Witcher, deal with that golem.
We know you exist by the will of your master, thanks to the name word he gave you.
That is true.
You were created to discern intruders from guests. You are to stop the former and greet the latter.
Intruders must be stopped.
I invoke the sacred law of hospitality? I think that invoking anything is a bad idea.
Are you aware that intruders may seek to deceive you?
I have stone fists to defend myself against those armed with swords. I have my iron logic to defend against those armed with words.
This guy is awesome.
But intruders could include sorcerers who alter reality. They could be illusionists or mere liars. What then is certain?
My existence is certain, as is my master's will.
Okay, let's not do that. You will die. Only you and the master's will exist, everything else is doubtful. Yeah, let's just follow his follow his programming. Just keep saying him the things he already knows.
Since only you and the master's legacy exist for certain, everything else is doubtful. A malicious intruder could cloud your senses.
I am the guardian. The master prepared me for that.
He couldn't foresee everything, so he gave you a mind to compensate. You're much more conscious and intelligent than a guardian needs to be. Your master says, greet guests and stop intruders. That is certain, but everything else can be a lie. And you cannot allow yourself to attack guests. That would be against your master's will.
Guests must be greeted, and intruders must be stopped. This is Derhana's will. Are you a guest or an intruder?
Doesn't matter what I answer. Your senses deceive you. You can trust only your mind. You can't assume I'm a guest, because I may be an intruder. You can't assume I'm an intruder, because I may be a guest.
This is a contradiction, a paradox. The law of excluded middle.
We've done it. We've penetrated Derhana's laboratory.
Let's have a look. This is better than
I didn't want to kill him.
Great success for Nilfgaard, this mission.
Maybe you'll get that promotion.
Oh my god. This golem was a masterpiece. God damn it, and we just destroyed him. That seems bad. We do have his trophy though. That's 10 armor. I feel like armor is much more valuable than vitality. Not gonna lie there. Oh, this golem was awesome though. Is that the golem's heart, by the way? I hope it is.